Welcome to the show, folks. It is round 3 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season presented by Bruv Motorsports. And you're watching them. They're working lap 3 here in the California 300 at Auto Club Speedway on NASCAR Heat 4. We couldn't bring you the pre-race show live on air for YouTube, but we're bringing you the race coverage. 75 laps divided into 3 stages. They're 4 wide. That was Jordan Routon, BJ Thomas, Charlie Irwin, and a few others. Tony Camerata in the 22. NOSSCAR Motormaster Series drivers entering the California 300. It's a big racetrack, a whole lot of open space, high speeds, and the draft is going to be very important. Joining me in the broadcast booth is in-race reporter. He's out there competing, is Nate Schultz. He qualified 14th, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. This race is already getting a little dicey out here.
We're trying not to bother you too much. Trying not to bother you too much while you race out there, but yeah, we can tell, and we've been watching. In a big wreck on the back straightaway exiting turn 2, Jason Pitts was involved, as well as the 4 car and the 62 of Thomas Geyer as well. There might have been a 4th car involved, and I think it was Trent Nielsen in the 78. They're all still on the lead lap, but definitely about a half a lap or more behind your race leader, who right now is Kevin Tattersall in the number 2.
Actually, the 21 is the leader.
Oh, really? Lead change up at the front. And you're right, it's OG Info in the 21. Leading the way with the 39 of Harold Burden, another NOSSCAR veteran, right behind him. And then you've got the rookie, Noco Racing, the 23 car, right there in 3rd. Remember, Noco finished 2nd in the Daytona 300, and then he won last week in Atlanta. Working lap 6, I believe.
Big Coffee Cucumber just wrecked.
Oh, and he did. Qualified in the 3rd position, and that's Jimmy Best up against the outside wall there in turn 2. You're at Auto Club Speedway, gets it fired and going again. He's down on the apron and out of harm's way. No traffic incoming at this time. Waited for the entire field to go by. He's still on the lead lap.
Stranded just wrecked. Entering pit road.
Your life. Got more action entering pit road. Anthony Trippi having some issues going down pit road. And Harold Burden side by side with Noco Racing for the race lead. Info was the leader in the 21 just moments ago. That's how quick it can change here in a NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race. The draft, very powerful. Auto Club Speedway, you can run so many different groups here and find speed. Drivers using every single one, and now Info takes the 2nd position back, and it's Noco leading. Again, 32 drivers in this race. It is a record-breaking NOSSCAR Motormaster Series race presented by Bruv Motorsports. The top 3 have really separated themselves from the rest of the field at this time.
And everyone does have to pit in this stage.
That is key. That's crucial. Black flags are on for this event, so these drivers are going to have to get those cars loaded up, and they're reaching speeds.
A couple people have already forgotten about that.
What speed are you guys reaching as you guys enter the corners?
In draft, close to 200.
Yeah, it's gonna get wild when it comes to pit road entry. When these tires get worn, the tire doesn't handle all that well, especially under braking, and if you're trying to get the car going from about 200 down to 55 miles per hour. That is the speed limit for pit road in today's race.
Exiting turn 4, it's about 167 miles per hour.
And Noko, the first of the leaders to come down pit road, and Info is going to join him. There's a whole fleet of cars on pit road from the previous lap as well. There's more takers coming behind him. Pit road is a busy place. Kenny Adair, the 2018 truck champion, on pit road as well.
There was a massive wreck in turn 4 last lap.
We missed it. We're trying to keep an eye on the pit stops, but yeah, evidently we have an incident in turn 4. Okay, I was wondering, you do have a bit of damage on the 48 machine. We're riding along with our in-race reporter.
93 damage on my engine and 75 on my aero.
But the pit stop is coming.
I'm still going north of 190 miles an hour, and I already pitted.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. You were a part of the first wave.
I pitted the lap before the main leaders.
Okay. There's Jay Burr, winner of the Daytona 300. Locked into the playoffs already at this point, just trying to tally up the wins and top 3 finishes, get as many playoff points as possible. Looking pretty strong in the early going here in the California 300. B.J. Thomas in the 99 riding with him. He cut his teeth in NOSSCAR in the Dirt Touring Series on NASCAR Heat 3. Tallied up a whole lot of wins and top 5 finishes over there. Never really put a full-time season in until his very last season in the series, and he made it all the way to the Final 4. There's Dakota Bruv driving the iconic, legendary #1 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series car. He is the defending NOSSCAR Motormaster Series champion, trying to make a move on Noko in the 23 right now, and I believe that is a battle for position. Nate, who do you have as the race leader?
The 39 car, but I believe he has not yet pitted.
Okay, thank you.
I stand corrected, he has pitted. The 39 is the leader.
Very good. What a run it's been here in the early going for Harold. Driving the number 39 Chevy Camaro, making it look fast out there in the California 300, round 3 of the 2020 season, and he would love to punch his ticket to the playoffs, especially early in the season, and get that long, elusive win out of the way. Turn 1 rather, we have a wreck. Jason Pitts in the 51.
And that's with the leaders coming right up to them.
It is, and I believe he made it through. We don't see Jason in the 51 anymore.
Everyone made it through, it looks like. Yep, it looks like everybody made it through.
Yeah, the top 5 to 7 cars have all cleared Jason Pitts. We saw a glimpse of him a moment ago when we checked in on Info in the 21. Info running in the 6th position. Led laps earlier. Qualified in the 5th position.
Second to last lap in the stage, the leaders just took.
Okay. So 2 laps to go in stage 1. Pit road is now closed. Any drivers going down pit road at this point would receive a penalty in the results at the conclusion of the race. There's Stephen Corley in the 00. He's the pole sitter for this race, but he's dropped back outside of the top 5. We're going to have to see if he can rally his way back through the field. He's got Jarrett Reese in the 36 right behind him, and Jarrett had a very good qualifying effort as well. Jordan Routon in the 61 in the draft with Jarrett as well, and the leaders have just taken the white flag. 1 lap to go. Stage 1 of round 3, California 300 at Auto Club Speedway. And there's the battle for the lead, and Noko really making a late stage charge. I don't know if Harold has a tire going down or what, but now Noko going to the inside. Final lap, final corner of stage 1. This is the battle for the stage win. Noko clears him coming out of turn 4. Oh, but Harold trying the crossover move, perfected by the legendary driver Dale Earnhardt, but he couldn't quite get to him. It's going to be Noko winning stage 1. What a drive. what a stage, too. 32 drivers, and there was only 2 or 3 minor incidents. No major incidents there in stage 1. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Dakota Bruv getting 3rd, Tony Camerata 4th, and OG Info 5th. Keep in mind, we will have the scoring on the website and available for you after the race. How many cars do you figure are on the lead lap, Nate? Do you have an estimate?
There are 28 cars on the lead lap.
Ah, okay, so still a lot of drivers.
3 1 lap down and 1 2 laps down.
Ah, very good. See, there's still a lot of drivers with a shot to win this thing. How powerful.
I believe this stage might be able to be done on 1 tank of fuel.
You think that we might see some drivers try to stretch it?
Maybe.
And himself. Green flag is in the air. Randy O'Quinn in the 74 is your leader. Tony Camerata in 2nd.
It's gonna be close. 14 laps, 13 on fuel.
Wow. And I don't know if there's much of a way to save fuel out there. I know the draft is powerful, but you're still going to be losing speed if you do. And now Randy O'Quinn, on older tires, gets passed by about the top 6, but he's still hanging right there tough with him on the outside. And Tony Camerata trying to hold off Noco. That's a battle for the race lead. BJ Thomas right there with him in 3rd. And here comes BJ. He made a move. He looked to the outside. He looked low. Tony shut the door. Dakota Bruv now peeks his nose to the bottom for 3rd. The top 7 are all bunched up and in a group battling for the lead. 4 wide, ladies and gentlemen, for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th positions. Oh, and it was the veteran Harold in the 39 who lifted. Definitely has seen 4 wide before. And in the end, it's Tony Camerata jumping out to the lead. Noco 2nd, side by side for 3rd. Still is Dakota Bruv and BJ Thomas. Info giving a bump draft to the 9. Excuse me, to the 1. Noco with a bit of a higher entry there into turn 1 at Auto Club Speedway. Open the door a little bit, but he gets a great run coming out of turn 2. Stays in the draft with Tony. This is good stuff. This is great stuff. Side by side battle for the lead. Noco not giving up. He's trying the outside line now. Didn't quite have the momentum exiting turn 4 to complete the pass. Still trying to draw alongside Tony in the 22. Couldn't quite do it. Dakota looks to the inside. There was a bit of contact made, but it's because it was 3 wide with Stephen Corley in the 00. Last second move to make it 3 wide going into turn 1, and it caught Dakota Bruv and Noco both by surprise. Oh, more contact made. Harold tried to get the nose underneath Noco. Bit of contact made. Noco keeps the car in 3rd, still using the high line to his advantage. And right when I say that, he drops below the white line, which is completely legal here at Auto Club Speedway. Gets to the inside of Stephen Corley, and he's going to take P2. Jordan Roughton in the 61, Jarrett Reese in the 36, Kevin Tattersall in the 2 have all joined the battle for the lead, as well as Jimmy Best in the 9, and Jade Burr in the 98 is not too far behind these guys, just barely outside the top 10. Oh, and Jordan gets loose coming out of turn 4. The 61 goes sliding through the grass, and hard contact with the inside wall. Seeing if we can try to get a hold of him. There he is. He's back up to speed again. A whole lot of damage to the front end of that number 61 Toyota Supra. Love the paint job on that car. Looked a little bit better at the start of the race, though. I'll admit he'll have to get that damage repaired during his pit stop here in stage 2. That's how quick it can happen here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, presented by Bruv Motorsports. Checking in on our in-race reporter, Nate. What position you in, buddy?
I'm in 12th, trying to run down the lead pack.
Nice. So you're up 2 spots since your qualifying effort there at 14th. What's the racing been like out there?
To be honest, I've been experiencing a lot of side-by-side racing, and I'm glad that I'm kind of by myself for the moment.
Yeah, you really only have Charlie close to you in the 08 behind you, and other than that, smooth sailing from here.
Yep, I was gapping him for a second, but I believe he found the line that I was running and has copied it, and is doing it better than me.
He's doing pretty good at it, yeah. He's got your draft as well, so he might close in on you. We're getting a report. Timmy Brown in the 0 Chevy Camaro has suffered an engine failure, and he is now parked on pit road. His day is done here for the California 300. Joshua Colm-Diaz in the 7 having an amazing run here in the Chevy Camaro. Still with the lead pack. He's actually the car just in front of you.
He's the one that I'm trying to chase down.
He's in good company. He's got the defending truck champion just in front of him. Kevin Tattersall in the 2 as well, which is his teammate, the 7 and the 2, both being teammates at Timac Motorsports, having a great run so far. The battle for the lead has not calmed down whatsoever. Stephen Corley has the lead. The outside line really moving. It's Noco, Jarrett Reese, and OG Info up there. On the inside, it's Dakota Bruv. He's running in the 5th position. There was a little bit of contact made there. They were 3 wide. Every single one of them gets it sorted out. It was Info that lost the most time out of that, but now I believe he's going down pit road. There's a whole bunch of them going down pit road. Jade Burr, Josh Colm-Diaz, your in-race pit reporter, Nate. A lot of cars on pit road. Jimmy Best. Some of the leaders did stay out. That includes Stephen Corley, Noco, Jarrett. So,
I'm trying something, Ty.
So am I. I'm trying to find.
I masterfully made it down on the pit road.
Jarrett Reese.
Oh, good. Everybody tried the same thing, so.
Excuse me. Jarrett Reese just went down pit road in the 36, but still a couple of cars staying on the racetrack. That includes Stephen Corley, Noco, and Dakota Bruv. Remember, Dakota Bruv in the 1, your defending Motormaster Series champion, has had some very bad luck to start off the 2020 season. Having a great run here so far today, though, for the California 300. Now Noco looks to the inside of Stephen Corley. That is a battle for the lead, but I think, yeah, they're both going to pit road. Oh, and Stephen went really quick there.
I think he sped.
I think so, too, because he went about 4 or 5 car lengths further ahead of Noco. That's going to be interesting. We'll have to see. To see. I'm very curious about this. We've got our camera on the 00 Ford Mustang of Stephen Corley. He is the pole sitter for the event, and we're going to see when he leaves pit road in comparison to the 23 and the 1 car. There goes the 1 car, and evidently Stephen Corley was not speeding on pit road. He leaves well before the 23. There might have been some pit strategy involved, actually, because Dakota Bruv in the 1 is long gone. There's Noco getting back up to speed. He's going to be right with Jarrett Reese in the 36. They're going to be battling for position. Might be able to draft with each other a little bit and help each other out. Not too far behind him is their teammate, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, but definitely not going to catch their draft before the end of this stage. How many laps to go in stage 2?
2.
So pit road now closed. Anybody who was gambling to try to make it to the end.
Now 2.
Okay. like I was mentioning, anyone trying to make it to the end of the stage is really kind of dedicated to that strategy at this point. Who is the race leader?
The 19.
The 19? Well, that shakes things up a bit. You think he's going to make it on fuel? That's Peyton Larson.
To be honest, I do not know.
It's going to be close. He's tried it before in a race earlier this season, and I believe he ended up blowing a tire, but he's coming around now to the white flag. Or is he on the last lap? He's blown a tire. He's either out
on
of
the last lap.
Is he? He's either out of fuel or he's blown a tire, because he came flying back up in front of Kenny Adair there on the back straightaway and nearly clobbered him. He's on the apron, slow in turns 3 and 4. Is anyone going to catch Larson in time before he gets to the start-finish line? B.J. Thomas takes the lead in the 99, am I right?
I don't know. I think so.
Custom car, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. B.J. Thomas wins stage 2 with Dakota Bruv finishing right behind him in second. And Jarrett Reese spins through the grass coming across the start-finish line, but his position is
I got turned down into him.
Oh, I see. Yeah, front-end damage to the 48 machine.
Yep. I got turned down into him. Tony was to my outside, and I hit him, and... Noko, I think, had 4 tires and just went right by us all. Because most of us took 2 tires.
Ah, I see. So everyone's definitely taken 4 on this next pit stop here in stage 2.
Yes.
B.J. Thomas wins the stage. Dakota Bruv, the defending champ, finishes second. Stephen Corley in the 004 Mustang, Dakota's car last season, finishes in third for stage 2. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was OG Info in the 4th position, but again, we will have the results on the website for you at the conclusion of the night. Restarting for the final stage, round 3 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season, presented by Bruv Motorsports. It's the California 300 at Auto Club Speedway, and we're green. Charlie Irwin leads him to the line. He is the leader. Definitely some strategy was deployed for him to get this track position. Harold Burden looking for his first ever Motormaster Series win in the 39. He's to the inside of B.J. Thomas right now for third.
The 23 was just lagging all over the place.
Uh-oh.
But it looks like it's all settled out now.
That's good. He's definitely got a shot to win this thing. We don't want that. Charlie out front. Stephen Corley in second. Oh, and to clarify what I mean, we don't want him to have connection issues is what I meant. Realize that sounded a little weird. Anyways, moving on. Stephen Corley is the leader. Jimmy Best right behind him. They're 3 wide for second right now. Now 3 wide for third as Noko somehow clears them all to take the second spot. You're right, Nate. A lot of speed in the outside line, especially if you can get enough cars up there. It's really exciting to watch. And now Charlie gets hung out to dry in the red and yellow 08 Chevy Camaro. Older tires, I believe, on that machine. So Steven leads the way. Noko in second, Info in third, Jimmy Best fourth, and Harold Burden in fifth in the 39. They're still in Jade Burr side by side for P6. Or they were. Now Dakota has cleared him and went to the top side. This opened the door for B.J. Thomas, and Josh Colandia is on the bottom. There's so much talent in this series. All the names I'm mentioning have won races here in NOSSCAR or have come very close, and some of them have won championships on different games. Like it's still anybody's race. There's still about 14, 15 cars in a big pack here.
There is 14.
14?
I would know. I'm the last
yeah,
one.
You're at the tail. Yeah, you're with them though. You're doing great.
Oh yeah.
Right where you qualified. You were up to 12th at one point, having a good run. stuff. 3 wide action, like sometimes there's just no words needed. It's just, oh, it's phenomenal. NOSSCAR Motormaster Series action, Motormaster Mondays continue all month long. Hope you guys all enjoy the holidays upcoming. Oh, and a big wreck. Stephen Corley, the leader, spins right in front of Tony Camerata. Big contact made.
I am glad that I was on the bottom.
Oh my goodness, and that was a huge one. That's the biggest incident of the race by far, folks. Tony had nowhere to go. He had no chance, but somehow he's virtually gotten no damage to the front end of that car.
I believe he hit him square, which causes a glitch that gives you no damage.
Ah, so Tony got lucky in terms of damage, but very unlucky when it comes to what line he was on, or what lane he was in when that occurred. That was insane. Stephen Corley, the pole sitter, his chances of winning this race have really just went down the drain, and that's a shame. A lot of front end damage to the 00 Ford Mustang. I didn't see what happened.
I did not either.
We were watching the battle for 7th.
Yep. Oh my gosh, and there is definitely a battle right in front of me.
We saw the wiggle actually towards the tail of the pack. We're watching the battle for the lead. OG Info just took the lead from Noco, the 21 and the 23 teammates going at it. The battle for third is on. Jade Burr, Josh Colm-Diaz, Dakota Bruv, Harold Burton, a lot of these guys still right here. Nate up in the top 10. BJ Thomas right there. Oh, there was a bit of a bump. Dakota gave a bit of a bump to the 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz. He keeps it out of the wall. He's still in the draft and still has a great shot at winning this thing. I feel like, Nate, at this point in the race, as long as you're in the draft and keeping the nose on the front of that car clean, you're looking pretty good and you have a shot to win still.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here.
You're doing
it's
a
not easy
job
when they're going 3 and 4 wide in front of me.
Yeah, I'll leave
right
you
in the middle of it.
I was gonna say, you're right in the middle of the eye of the storm. I'm gonna leave you be. Good luck to you. We'll get back in touch with you in just a moment. Oh man, good stuff. Noco takes the lead from OG Info at the front of the field. They're swapping the lead back and forth. But we're going to keep our eye on the battle for third on back because it is dicey. Jade Burr and Dakota Bruv just bounced off each other. Both going for the same piece of real estate at the same time. Just a racing incident. Both cruising along still. Oh, some contact there with the 1 and the 99. Dakota gets loose coming out of turn 2.
Okay, the 9 is lagging.
Uh-oh. The 9 of Jimmy having a lag issue. Hopefully that sorts itself out because he's right in front of a whole group of cars. Oh, and Charlie Irwin. Charlie just got loose in the 08 car exiting turn 4. And he's no longer in the draft with these guys. There's Charlie. In fact, he got passed there by CD Derby in the 8, Randy O'Quinn in the 74, so he's back to the second group of cars, which is also where Jason Pitts, Jordan Roughton, and a few others are. Chris Ryan is in the second pack of cars as well. I haven't spoken much about him. He's having a good day. Taking a high line through turns 1 and 2, trying to get a bit of momentum to stay in the draft with Dakota Bruv. He'll be able to do just that. Good action all around. If you're just joining us on YouTube, 32 drivers started in today's California 300 at Auto Club Speedway, and it is a new attendance record, driver attendance record for a NOSSCAR race. And wow, we just saw BJ Thomas go down pit road, but he might have been speeding. That was freaky fast entering pit road. Josh Colm-Diaz, CD Derby, Jason Pitts, a whole number of cars, whole bunch of cars on pit road for service. We're going to be seeing a number of pit stops throughout the final stage. The two leaders coming to pit road, that is NOCO and OG Info. Dakota Bruv coming to pit road as well. Jimmy Best, Harold Burden, Jarrett Reese, Kevin Tattersall, Charlie Irwin, a whole bunch of cars. Jordan Routon, Nate is on pit road. The only one amongst those leaders that stayed out for an additional lap is Jade Burr in the 98.
The problem with me is I have a blown right front tire.
Ah, I see. Hopefully
I did not make any contact, but I still have 6 seconds of damage.
Hopefully it doesn't tear the fender apart. Guess you're down there on pit road.
Definitely.
Jade Burr coming to pit road, found the grass just a little bit, but he kept it completely under control. And he'll come to pit road for service. Surrenders the race lead. He was running in the 5th position before the cycle of pit stops began. Taking a very brief break from commentary. We'll sort out the running order for you when we bring the commentary back. You're watching round 3 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season. It's the California 300 at Auto Club Speedway. Commentary resumes shortly. What did I miss, Nate?
Not a lot.
No?
19 lagging up a storm, but...
Oh. The 23 is the race leader, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, he is.
Man, am I ever lucky to have you as an M-Race reporter / driver. Really wish they had a leaderboard for us spectating the race, but great having you here as well. Pardon me.
Glad to be here.
NOCO is the leader. OG Info is in second. He's got BJ Thomas in the 99. Right behind him in the 3rd position, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. Having an amazing run here at Auto Club Speedway. Runs in 4th. He's got a great shot to win this race. Jimmy Best in 5th. Dakota Bruv in 6th. And then it's Kevin Tattersall 7th. Charlie Irwin in 8th. Jade Burr in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Harold Burden. Jarrett Reese runs in the 11th position in the 36 car, having a good run. CD Derby Boy from the back to the front, or almost the front, runs in 12th. In fact, the 2 former NOSSCAR Street Tech Series champions on GTA running in 11th and 12th, having a good run. And if I'm I'm not mistaken, it's Randy O'Quinn in the 74 car running in 13th. We promised to give you the running order after the cycle of pit stops when we brought commentary back, and that is your top 32 drivers started the race. I know we had 28 cars on the lead lap for the start of stage 2, but I think that number has dropped to about 23 or 24 at this point.
And to be honest, I do not know who's all on the lead lap.
It's hard to keep track of, especially if you're closer to the front in the running order, because you can only see a couple of drivers ahead of you and below you on the leaderboard. So yeah, I know what you mean. Nevertheless, it is Noco leading the race, looking for his second career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win, and it would only be in his third career start in this series. Finished second in the Daytona 300. He won last week in Atlanta. Now he's led the most laps here in the California 300. He's one of the studs over from the Giggity Racing League hosted by Kevin Tattersall, and he's been very impressive.
Okay, this 19 is starting to make me mad.
He's been very impressive in the Motormaster Series. What happened?
And I just got put in the wall by the 19 in Chevy Racing.
So Larson...
Larson lagged into me, and then I ended up putting Chevy Racing on the apron and then got put in the wall by him.
Oh,
so I don't blame Chevy Racing, but...
Oh, that's a shame. And it's a shame that Larson's lagging, because he was having a good run earlier, and Larson actually almost won Stage 2 with a pit strategy. So, that's a tough deal. Jason Pitts just made some contact with, I believe, is that Mikhail in front of you? In the red car?
No, that's Chevy Racing in front of me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Matt Tetmayer, Chevy Racing, contact made with Jason Pitts. Jason drops back a couple of car lengths. Alex Tesdall in the green and black Chevy Camaro takes that position as well. Pit road, I believe Tony Camerata was on pit road as well. And wow, I don't know who the 86 car is, but he went flying down pit road.
Anthony Trippi.
Ah, wow, he had to have been speeding, but then again, we thought that a couple of times, and apparently they weren't. These drivers really getting it done when it comes to entering pit road, finding every bit of speed that they can during the cycle of pit stops.
I believe Chevy Racing may have just blown a tire.
Tough break, making his first start in the Motormaster Series. Chevy Racing finished in second in the final standings for the 10th season of NOSSCAR X2 action of the NOSSCAR X2 series, hosted on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console. Now making his first start in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Now I know Josh has been on pit road in the 7. We're going to have to see where he is in relation to BJ Thomas and Noco Racing and OG Info. So they were the drivers that were in front of him on the leaderboard. There's Info in the 21. I don't think he's made his second pit stop. Keeping an eye on your race leader, Noco yet to come to pit road as well. Now here he comes, second pit stop for him here in the final stage. We're thinking everyone's going to have to make 4 pit stops in the final stage, so a whole lot more pit road action coming your way. Info on pit road as well. Jade Burr stays out a lap. And I believe Charlie Irwin in the 08 car had problems, and I don't think he made it to pit road. There's Info. Dakota Bruv, Jarrett Reese, all on pit road. Jimmy Best. There's a whole fleet of cars on pit road. Harold Burden as well. Burr stays on the track for another lap. Definitely a strategy in mind for the 98 team. Long pitting.
I'm trying to pull the same one.
Are you? See, there's drivers that have been short pitting and it seems to be paying off, but in the end, if you can pit with 2 less tires or 1 less pit stop because of staying out, then it's going to benefit you more, than short pitting. So it's going to be very interesting to see what works and what doesn't.
And that's exactly what I was thinking.
Ah, yeah, this could be interesting. Jade's still yet to come to pit road. Everybody that he was...
this time.
Will he? Yeah, let's see
I can tell you for a fact that he'll be pitting this time.
Yep, you weren't kidding. He comes down pit road, and it looked like he was going really fast onto pit road. I believe when this all cycles through, it's going to be Noko in the 23 leading the race. There he is driving on the inside groove, hugging the white line through turns 3 and 4, then lets the car drift up to the middle to get the runoff speed, exiting turn 4, coming to the start-finish line. Textbook 3 and 4 at Auto Club Speedway. BJ Thomas is going to be in second once this all cycles through. He drives the 99 machine. There's a good look at BJ. Running a bit of a different line than your race leader, trying different things to see if he can close that gap any. OG Info runs in the 3rd position. There he is.
But, Ty, I don't know if any of those guys who are racing for the lead can make it on fuel.
See, that's the question I had. I was wondering if anybody is staying out a couple of extra laps for each fuel run. I was wondering if they could maybe pull a strategy move on their last pit stop, or maybe even not have to make the same amount of pit stops as the others. Like, it really could come down to a very nice strategy. And I think if it does, it's Jade Burr that's in front of everybody when it comes to that strategy. He's the leader of the fuel mileage strategy.
Yes, he is. I would know because I'm going on off of the same type of strategy.
So it's Noko leading the race. BJ Thomas in second, Info in third, Josh Colm-Diaz in fourth, and Jade Burr rounding out the top 5 in the 98 machine. Now,
Jade can definitely make it on fuel.
If he can, then he's going to really be in the catbird seat to win this thing. Like, he's in the spot to win unless something happens to Jade. He's got the fuel. And it would be his 2nd win of the season, and he would have the most playoff points so far. He's drawing closer to Josh Colm-Diaz. Josh might be saving a bit of fuel at this point because Josh had a bit of a gap on the 98 up until just now. Now, the thing is, if you can tuck in line behind somebody, you might be able to use their draft to pull you around the racetrack at a good enough speed to not lose very much track time and still save the fuel. So maybe that's what Josh is. Maybe that's what Josh is going for. He now drops to the 5th position behind the 98 machine. Might be a smart move. Jarrett Reese in the 36 runs in 6th, but he's got a bit of ground to gain in order to catch these two. Harold battling with Randy O'Quinn in the 74, 39 and 74. Harold might have a problem. I'm not sure. He looks really slow on the racetrack. Jimmy Best in the 9, letting Dakota Bruv in the 1 go by. There might be some fuel mileage strategies being deployed here.
But we all know that Jade can make it.
Right. Right, and I'm starting to wonder if these teams may know that, maybe notice that, because, like I said, some of them have started to save fuel, it appears. Josh Colm-Diaz, Jimmy Best, Kevin Tattersall, there's a few drivers saving some fuel, it appears. Dakota Bruv not saving any fuel. He's trying to run down Jarrett Reese, and that'll be a battle for the 6th position if he can get there. Dakota running in 7th. Jimmy Best running in 8th. Now the last thing Noko wants to see is anybody making it on fuel, because if this thing stays the way it is and everybody needs to make the same number of pit stops, he's in the seat to win. He is the race leader. He just put a lap on Mikhail in the 01. He's been smooth and consistent. I really like the line that he takes through 3 and 4. Hugs the white line, lets the car drift to the middle, gets the runoff speed. How many laps to go, Nate?
6 laps to go. Coming to 5 to go. Actually, the leaders are on 5 to go.
Ah, okay. 5 laps to go for Noko. He is the leader. He's about to let CD Derby Boy go by to get his lap back, or is he? He's already let Mikhail go. He might be lifting a bit off the throttle. We'll see.
Mikhail pitted almost about 5 laps ago.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Mikhail's good to go to the finish.
Yep.
I think we got pit stops occurring. I saw some activity on pit road, I thought. I was trying to find it quickly, but we're trying to stay with the leaders as well. 4 laps to go for the leader. Exiting turn 2. And is that Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 gaining ground on the leader? I believe it is.
I believe he pitted.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
he had to pit because he was short pitting.
He was short pitting, you're right, so this does make sense. I thought that was the battle for the lead, but it's actually Jade Burr that's gaining ground on Noko right now. Those two are running 1-2. And Jade has 3 cars.
Jade's definitely got enough fuel.
He does. Jade's got 3 cars, and between himself and the race leader, the white and orange Ford Mustang that you see coming into frame once in a while behind these 4 or 5 cars, that is Jade Burr, and he's trying to get to the 23 Chevy Camaro before the end of this race. Now, I believe they're about to take the 2 laps to go. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, but I believe 2 laps to go is all we got.
They are on 2 laps to go.
Very good. California 300 in the closing laps. Noko trying to save the fuel and manage the gap with Jade Burr, because Jade's not that far behind him. Noko wisely lets the 7 of Josh Colm-Diaz go. Now he's letting the 8 of CD Derby go. Or is he? Did CD find the wall? Oh, there he is. CD might be saving a bit of fuel as well.
It's a little too late now.
It is. White flag is in the air for your race leader, looking to go 2 for 3 to start the season. Jade Burr is there, though. Jade's got 1 car in between himself and Noko. That white and orange Ford Mustang that you see, that is Jade. He is there. Is Noko out of fuel? He drops to the white line. He's on the apron. He is out of fuel. He's sputtering going into turn 3. Jade Burr takes the lead on the final lap. It's a heartbreaker for Noko, but it's a heck of a strategy move for Jade. He's going to win the California 300 at Auto Club Speedway. Fantastic drive and an even better fuel mileage strategy. second win of the season, and it's he that goes 2 for 3 to start the 2020 season. Good stuff. What a race. 32 drivers entered the California 300. And when it was all said and done, Jade Burr was the one who emerged victorious when the smoke settled, when it cleared. Defending truck champ rises to the occasion yet again, representing Fatal Motorsports. We're going to get a word with him in victory lane in just a matter of moments. And then shortly after, we will begin the broadcast for round 4 of the 2020 season, that coming from ISM Raceway. What a win for Jade. Now, I believe Noko was able to hold on for a top 5 finish, but we'll have to see the race results.
Noko finished 5th.
5th? Okay.
Yep.
Can you list us the top 5 if you can?
Jade Burr, OG Info, Larson, O'Quinn NOSSCAR, Noko Racing.
Wow, and Randy O'Quinn starting deep in the field. Rallies for a top 5 finish, had the right fuel mileage strategy as well. Good run for Randy, finishing 4th. We always like to see this. Fastest lap of the race goes to Noko. Info, second quickest lap of the race. Jimmy Best, third quickest lap of the race. Stephen Corley and Jade Burr, 4th and 5th quickest laps of the race. Gonna get a word with your race winner, Jade Burr. I just suggested him. You're the party chat owner. I forgot.
Give me a second here.
Thanks, man. Well, folks, we've made it down to victory lane, and we see a familiar face. Jade Burr, the defending truck champion, parks it in victory lane for the second time in the first 3 races for the 2020 Motormaster Series season. Heck of a job. California 300 winner. You had the right fuel mileage strategy. You pulled it off. Congratulations. Did you know the whole time going into this race that this was a strategy you were going to have, or was it a mid-race call to change the plans?
With all the practices this past week, I knew going into it that it was going to be fuel mileage. Anytime it comes down to Auto Club, it's always fuel mileage. The past few times I've been here, I honestly just haven't made the right call, and tonight you were just fortunate to make the right call.
You did a great job. You showed good speed. You were running in the top 5, even if this race went the distance with no fuel mileage strategy at all. How was the racing out there, and how was the draft and the multi-group surface?
The draft itself played a big key in passing today, and that'll definitely allow the outside lane to work a lot better than it has in years past. The racing itself today was not as clean as I thought it was going to be for Auto Club, but then, it's just people getting tight, sliding up, bumping people out of the groove. It's just normal Auto Club stuff. But other than that, it was just a doozy.
We've talked to you a lot before the races and during the practice sessions and things like that all season long. And your goal, your plan was to tally up the playoff points as much as you can, and now you've got 2 wins in the first 3 races. Tell us what this does for you and your race team.
For me, personally, it and it locked. It's the guarantee that you're in the playoffs. Because in my eyes, we can have 16 different winners, and if you don't have those points, you're gonna be locked down. You're gonna be at the bottom. 16, 17, 18 winners, what have you. So now it's really focused on that playoff grind. Getting that second win early is going to allow me to have a lot more. It's going to allow me to gamble more. So,
from all of us here at NOSSCAR, we say congratulations. Win number 2 of 2020.
Thank you.
And that was Jade Burr, driver of the number 98 Ford Mustang, defending truck champ, but getting it done and in a big way here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series presented by Bruv Motorsports. Most playoff points, 2 wins to start the season. Any driver would kill to have that opportunity and that start to a NOSSCAR season.
That's for sure.
Any final thoughts and final words before we close the broadcast, Nate?
I had a weird feeling that it was going to come down to fuel mileage when I saw how far we were able to make it on fuel. And especially during the second stage when there was a possibility of fuel mileage, I figured it would end up being that sort of race come down the end of it. And I'm shocked that, well, I can't really say that. Jade is incredible at saving fuel. But I'm still surprised that nobody else was able to do it with him.
A couple tried and they fell a little short. In the end, it was Jade Burr picking up the win. We'd like to thank all the viewers and fans for watching the broadcast on YouTube. We apologize for no pre-race show being brought live to YouTube. We thank everyone for joining us for the broadcast, and we will see you in just a matter of minutes for round 4 of the season. It is coming up tonight at ISM Raceway.